come with that. Sometimes you laugh, sometimes you cry, sometimes you just remember some good shit. Welcome to the Bar BOTB podcast.
What's going on, good people? Y'all know what time it is, man. It's your favorite brothers back in the building. It is the Bottom of the Bottle Show. This is the Hummmpday Happy Hour Tap-In Show. I'm your host, Jay Walker III. That's my co-host, Carolina Dirt 803. What's good with you, player?
Man, shit hot as a motherfucker, boy. This AC, boy. I got to get this shit fixed, bro. That shit is out.
Oh, yeah,
I'm in South Carolina. This shit is hot.
Yeah, it's no freaking way. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I got some people up in Detroit I mentioned a couple of times. They don't have central AC. Like, that ain't a thing that they regularly have. Ain't no way that shit can fly down here, because you be picking up bodies every summer by the hundreds,
Well,
maybe by the thousands.
You might be a witness tonight. If y'all hear something, that's just my damn fan going, hey, disregard that, bro. I need that fan. Y'all gonna have me pass out on this shit live.
Yeah, well, don't do that. You know, I don't know how the viewers will feel about that. But you know what time it is. I don't know, man. It's been a crazy week, man. We're going to just go ahead and get right to it, man. We're going to do the show as is. We did have a guest, DJ Chuck T. He may pop in on us later. Of course, we'll make that happen if he does. And if he doesn't, we just going to kick it and do what we do. All right. So I'm going to go favorite sports logo.
Ooh. Man, I keep it a G. I go my Packers logo. I'm gonna stick with that G. There's some dope logos out there, but I'm gonna stick with my Packers logo.
You know, honorable mentions for LA. Honorable mentions for I'm talking about the Dodgers. The L/A. Of course, honorable mention to the Yankee cap. Those are staples. But probably the Cardinals cap and the old Astros hat. The old Astros logo. Favorite Transformer?
It'd be Prime. I mean, I know that's the obvious, but he an 18-wheeler, man. You see that shit all the time. You'll never forget that. Every 18-wheeler, especially if I see a red 18-wheeler or a blue 18-wheeler, that electric blue, I just think of Optimus Prime.
Yeah. Them shits be clean. Some of these new 18-wheelers is clean. They look like weapons of mass destruction.
Shit, Optimus Prime was a weapon of mass destruction.
Indeed. Favorite item at Taco Bell?
Shit, a regular damn taco. I don't know, I fuck with the nachos. I ain't fuck with Taco Bell in a while, but just a regular taco.
Yeah, that's just a throw off question. It was the Mexican pizza. They say they brought it back, but I don't know.
Yeah. I fuck with that a couple times. I do fuck with that a couple times.
Favorite breakfast item?
Grits. Oh, bacon. Got me bacon. Bacon hits every category.
All right. What movie did your old lady make you watch that you was like, all right, that ain't so bad?
None. I think it was the opposite. I think I suggested movies. I remember one time when we first started talking, I did Pops, he had all them DVDs. I think I dropped off like 6, 7 gangster flicks. Okay. Hey, watch these. I'm going to work.
Yeah. Okay, I can dig it. That's my 5.
All right, if you can, because everybody trying to turn something into a home. Would you rather turn an old cruise ship into your home or an old, smaller than the 747? So what's that? 737 or something like that. Would you rather turn an old plane into your home or an old like cruise ship?
A cruise ship is the size of a city. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know about the cruise ship. I go with the plane. But hold tight. The guest of honor is in the building. He is the world famous DJ Chuck T, man. An uncountable number of just super dope 5 mixtapes. He philanthropist. You know what I'm saying? He box a little bit so y'all can get it to the lip if you want to. You know what I'm saying? DJ Chuck T, what's going on with you, player?
Yo.
Hey, man.
Life is good.
Okay.
We glad you can run it back with us tonight. We apologize for the first one. It was good times on the first one.
Ain't no thing, man. Technical difficulties happen. I'm here, man. I'm ready.
Don't worry. You know I blamed it on my brother. I told you. I blamed it on him. That's just an excuse to get you back. That's an excuse to get you back
man,
on.
I get it.
Look, we started the first call with us, man, but don't nobody give a fuck about us.
Yeah,
so we're going to start it back with you.
Okay.
This weekend, and we kind of in the same age group. You know what I'm saying? So let me know if I got to update it if necessary. But this weekend, I went down the YouTube rabbit hole and I started watching old fighters. And I watched Hearns Hagler, Leonard Hearns, and Leonard Hagler. Who was your favorite boxer in that middleweight class?
I don't know, man. I think Sugar Ray Leonard may be there, man.
He was the prototype, man.
He just banged out with him, man, to the best of his ability. He was always a little smaller too.
Right.
But Marvin Hagler, boy, he was a beast though.
Ironhead, cause when you can take a punch, I don't even know what kind of compliment that is. When the commentator be like, "Look at him, he got a chin of steel."
I know, right?
You ain't getting hit no less.
Look, because the name of the game is to swim and not drown. Like he used to, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Action franchise. Die Hard or Rambo?
Rambo.
Damn, I don't know. Die Hard was hard.
Yeah, Die Hard was hard too. Rambo was the thing. You got to think I grew up on a military base, man. So, you know that Rambo shit is where it's at.
You're right.
Okay. You're right. Double dribble or Tecmo Bowl?
Tecmo Bowl.
It was Tecmo Bowl. It was
definitely Tecmo Bowl.
By the pool or by the fire?
By the pool. I'm from Charleston, so I grew up by the water, man.
Okay, gotta have that water in there.
Gotta have that water.
For the last one, you get a ring from heaven, cuz somebody slides you an unrecorded Biggie verse and an unrecorded Pac verse. Who you breaking first?
Biggie, because we've had so many Pac verses. Like we
had
like Machiavelli
right?
31. Like, like I don't feel like an unreleased Pac verse gonna have that same type of oomph.
Okay.
But an unreleased Biggie verse, because I ain't really we out of Biggie music. I still feel like there's some Pac shit probably floating around somewhere.
You're right. Yeah, absolutely right. That was my 5.
All right. Okay. So we'll do that on a one night back in the day. Kick it with Pac at the club or kick it with Luke at the club back in the day.
Luke. look, Pac got charges, bro. I'm straight.
Yeah.
I'm going with Luke. Luke got away clean every time.
Yeah. All right. I just asked my brother before you logged on. If you could turn anything into your house, would you rather turn an old cruise ship or like an old passenger plane?
Man, I'd probably do a cruise ship.
Somebody's doing
I like
to
be on that water.
Hey, there's a guy in Cali. He using the old Love Boat, the real Love Boat. And he
Look, I seen somebody with bought an old aircraft carrier.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
All right. Since you was on the military base, what was as a kid? What was your favorite thing to play on? The tanks or the helicopters?
Man, we didn't get to play on none of that shit. Everything was live. Everything was live. Well, you didn't go next to it.
Oh, yeah. Our pops was a helicopter mechanic, so the patches and all that we got to play on. What hurt worse?
Yeah, we didn't get to do none of that shit.
What hurt worse? Falling off your bike? No, falling off your skateboard or hitting the metal pedal on the bike back in the day?
I didn't really did the skateboard, so the pedal on the bike.
Okay. And my last one. You in a scary movie. You the only black dude.
Okay.
How you living? How you gonna live?
Shit, I'm running. I'm not even going with the carefree white kids. Y'all go ahead, bro. I'm not even going with them. Y'all go ahead. Y'all have a wonderful evening. Y'all, I'm gonna just stay back.
You ain't gonna push one of them down while you run?
No, I'm not even going.
Look, that's actually probably the smartest answer I ever heard.
Bro, y'all have a wonderful weekend. I'm gonna
catch up.
I'll catch up. I'm not going to the lake with y'all. I'm not going on no summer vacation trip to the West Coast. Like, we ain't stopping in Texas. Ain't no creepy ass house that you got to get out and use the bathroom at. None of that. Y'all have an amazing trip. I'll see y'all when y'all get back, if y'all get back. But I'm gonna just stay my ass at the house.
Hey, that was first call. That was a good answer. That was first call.
I'm not even going, bro. That's how you stay alive.
So I also this weekend listened to Kendrick. You ain't got to go into detail. How did you feel about the Kendrick project?
I feel like you try to get too eclectic on the beat side of things. Lyrically, he was dope. Lyrically, he was spitting. Lyrically, he was on it. He touched on a lot of great topics and things that we needed to hear. But, bro, you can't be signed to Aftermath and not have no amazing production. And I feel like everybody, tries to, like, take up for him and is like, oh, he went over y'all's heads. His focus wasn't on beats and all this other. Man, ain't nobody trying to hear none of that shit.
Yeah,
bro.
you owe at least 2 hits. You owe at least 2 hits.
You at least
certifiable
you signed
hits.
the Aftermath, bro.
Yeah.
Dre has produced epic records. I don't want to hear that shit about, he wasn't trying to have good beats or, the type of beats that he had was over y'all head, bro. He signed to Dre. Dre can do all that shit, but add some thump to that motherfucker, man. Put some bop in it. Dre can do all of it.
Yeah. I definitely agree in that it wasn't no head boppers, but he didn't waste no words. He didn't waste no verses.
I only had 5 of them that I was like, okay. All right, it was like a cool 5. But besides that, him and Future, they both disappointed me this time around.
I ain't never been a real big Future fan.
Man, yeah. You gotta think I'm a club DJ, so boy, the Future records, boy. Future used to look when he came out with Magic and Same Damn Time and shit. That's my whole tune.
Future made
those are all the heavy records, man.
He made all the dope boys forget they were spending money.
What happened?
It said he made all the dope boys forget they were spending money. That's when the club go up. When you
no, for real. Yeah. Club always went up. But I wanted that toxic. I needed to feed the toxic side of me with the Future, and I needed to feed the grown man side of me with the Kendrick, and they both fell short.
I agree.
I asked DJ Kryptonite one time when he was on a guest on our show, what artist, when you was on your grind, gave you the most
motivation?
Encouragement? Yeah, motivation, encouragement. Which artist was that you met?
Man, I'm from the Master P era, man. I'm from the Master P era, so it was all that No Limit shit.
No, what artist physically like you met in the club that told you to keep going or they like what you're doing?
I would have to say Young Dolph.
Okay.
I would have to
Okay.
say Young Dolph.
You broke a lot of his records. Like whose records did you break the most of? Where they had to notice you.
The baby, to be honest with you. I
Okay.
play his stuff more than anybody. But definitely Dolph was one of those people like I really like stamped, like was telling people like, man, you gotta fuck with bro. You gotta fuck with bro. And then I remember we went in the club one time and he was in the club. We had just did a meet and greet for him and all that. And I was hosting. There was another DJ who was DJing. I was hosting. And Dolph was in the DJ booth with us. And the nigga literally looked at his homeboy because he was giving me his number. And I think his homeboy may have been like his manager. His homeboy may have been the dude that used to take all the numbers so nobody would bother Dolph. And Dolph was giving me his number. And his homeboy sort of said something to him like, you sure you want to, you know what I'm saying? And Dolph looked dead at him and was like, nah, bro, straight. This my nigga right here. Like, this Chuck T, he be breaking a lot of my shit. And that's on God. Like, that's the first time I heard an artist who was not from the Carolinas, who wasn't, like really, really connected with me, like literally say those words like, bro, fuck with me, bro, break a lot of my shit. Okay. So that right there stuck with me.
Oh, yeah, that definitely. That definitely. And like I said, I've been following you since MySpace. And I know you said the baby. I was following him since he was what, Baby Jesus or something like that?
Baby Jesus, yeah.
Yeah, I think when I first got on World Star like years ago, he was Baby Jesus. And I saw him giving to the community back then. And that's what made me think he gonna be a star. When you was breaking his records, did you see that type of effort coming from him?
Oh, always. He always had that grind that was impeccable.
Yeah.
And it was consistent. So a lot of people, they'll go hard for a month, 2 weeks, maybe 2 months. He went hard for like 3 solid years straight.
Yeah.
And then he got his deal. And then when he got the deal, he went hard for a year straight after that.
I definitely agree with you. So last time you were telling us about the Charlotte Hornets. So where's that at right now with the season being over for them? Like, are y'all gonna continue and do something, bring something different for the summer?
Nah, we ain't doing nothing for the summer. We just gearing up for next season. You know what I'm saying? Because next season will be upon us in no time.
In no time.
So we're shooting for October date. For the next one, we'll probably do around the same time, like Halloween, whatever. But we gotta wait on the schedule to come.
Okay. But that's once a week throughout the NBA season.
Once a week? No. It's twice a season.
Twice a season. Okay.
Yeah. Twice a season. We do music industry night twice a season.
Okay, I got you.
So how? And I know you talked about this last time also. And I hate it because I'm in it too. The crypto market. So with the crypto, and what you were doing with the Hornets, for the halftime and all that, I know some of your money funneled into the crypto market at the same time because you had that extra cash coming in. So what's your stake? Because I know you seen I put DJ Chuck T and I said from the streets to corporate on the flyer. And that crypto talk that we were talking about last time is part of that corporate side. So you as corporate DJ Chuck T, how are you looking at the stocks and crypto right now?
Well, I'm sick, bro.
It's not funny, but it's funny. Yeah.
I'm sick, bro. Like I'm literally sick because I was up a month and a half ago. I could have withdrew a month and a half ago. I was up. I could have took it all out, and it's the only reason why I'm sick because I know it's gonna bounce back. I'm not worried about that. I'm gonna sit on it. I only fucked with my extra cash, so it isn't like I'm hurting, But I'm sick because I was up. And I could have took it out, and I could have bought it all back right now, and damn near a fraction of the price.
The same thing.
Yes. Yeah.
Or a lot.
That's why I'm
depending.
sick. I'm sick because I'm looking at it's like when shit go on sale. I'm not even looking at the fact it's like you buy a brand new pair of shoes. You have the shoes, but then 2 weeks later it goes on sale, and they're like, oh, in order for you to get a price adjustment, it would have had to happen in 7 days after you bought it. So you sitting here like, fuck, I still got the shoes. The shoes still fresh. I can still.
I could have used the other $40.
But I wanted to save them. Well, it ain't even 40. I could have saved. I could have got them half price had I waited 2 weeks.
Ooh.
So that's what I'm really like sick about. Like when I'm looking at the prices, I'm like, I could be right where I'm at right now in crypto, but for half the price. Which means the other half could be in my pocket and I could be at the beach. Or I could have went to Tulum. I could have went to LA. I could have been in Miami right now with the extras. So that's what's really hurting me. I know it'll bounce back. Everything is down. We see this happen all the time. This is just life. Even if it takes 2 years to bounce back, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with it. All I used was my extra money. I didn't use my nest egg. I didn't use my play money. I didn't use my bill money. I didn't use my savings. Like I literally used like money that was going to be sitting around in my shoebox anyway.
Okay. Yeah, but that's
good.
What you say, that shoebox is half price now, right?
The shoebox is half price now. That's what really killed me, man. That's what's pissing me off, because I'm looking at the prices like not like, ooh, I lost. Oh my God, I'm losing money. I'm looking at it like, damn, this shit cheap as hell.
Cheap,
right?
So imagine the people who are buying right now, and then
they going in
a year, they will have made that money back. I'm gonna have to wait longer than that.
So you got it on pause now?
I got it on pause. I ain't putting no money back in that shit.
I'm still buying a little.
Hold up, I should be buying more. I should be, but I'm not.
I did what you did, but I took mines out. Like I had enough growth where I was like, and then I had something come up, and it was just an easy fix. I wasn't gonna have to bother nothing, so I went ahead and pulled out. So now I'm buying back in. Like I'm thankful for this time. And
got you. No, this is the time.
You know what I'm saying? For sure. So this is what we want to tell to the people that might run across this desk. If you're a person of color and you play the lottery, play half the lottery and play half crypto. You feel me?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it's the long game. So what was not quite so good for DJ Chuck T in a situation worked out for somebody that is just now getting in.
Exactly. You know and that's what I tell a lot of people buy. Like I'm not telling anybody don't buy crypto. I'm telling them, yes, I'm taking a loss right now, but if you buy right now, you're going to win big.
Right.
If you buy right now, if you bought last week, you already up. So you may not be up a lot, but say you put in 5,000 last week, you at least at 8,500 right now.
Have you
if you put in 5,000 last week, you've at least made a $2,000 profit at least.
Have you ever took that as a payment? Like
Never.
Somebody pay you for the service?
Pay me in cash. No. Pay me in cash. Yeah, let me get them dollars, man.
I mean, because I walked the fence on it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I'm like you in that. We all understand that crypto is, at this point, it's a legitimate thing. We just don't have enough history in it to know what this thing is going to do. But you also, while it's low and it don't cost you nothing, while you could lose a $5 bill getting out the car at the club, you know what I'm saying? You buying stocks that cost half a penny, a third of a penny, a tenth of a penny. You know what I'm saying? All you waiting for is for it to hit 2 cents.
No, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? So, again, this is just one of those lessons that come up from the people that we need y'all to understand. If you're not involved, at least do a little bit of homework about it. We've got 3 different adult black men that are in 3 different stages of their life that are at least doing the research. So, do that much.
Do you I know you talked about the classes that you're teaching.
Mm-hmm.
So do you put that in the foundation as far as diversifying the money that you get from DJing?
Nah, not really. I try to stay away from like the risky stuff. Just being honest with you, I typically just focus on the business of music. I don't really like getting into like stocks and bonds and crypto and NFTs. You know, like let's teach them how to walk before they run. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
Like let's focus
Indeed.
on getting your publishing together. Let's focus on protecting your rights, copyrighting your music, trademarking your name and your logo. Let's focus on getting you set up with your PRO, ASCAP and BMI, and let's focus on just teaching y'all how to follow the money, how to find your money, where the money is at. Let's teach them about sound exchange and song trust and the MLC, getting their mechanical rights. Like I just want to teach them about that first, and then we'll teach them how to blow it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Is it really blowing it, or is it diversifying?
Let's teach them how to get it first.
What
Both.
So what's the and I meant to ask you, what's the youngest person you have pointed in the direction of your classes?
So I try to keep it at 18.
Okay.
I try to keep it at 18. I've had somebody 16 take the class, but I feel like 18 is good because we get into some adult conversations and I got to be careful,
For sure.
I just always thought like DJ is one of those things I think all kids like. They just don't see it as attention like the rappers. You see what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of kids that think they can DJ, but they just don't see that the DJ is the front man. Back in the day, that was the front man for us. Like in the 80s and 90s, DJs was even now, people that love hip hop and rap music, love the culture, they know who the DJs are. They know who the major play DJs are. And the rappers know because that's what they're giving the music to. And I just always feel like the young people, they just don't kick on for them at a young age like it should because they don't see them out front.
Yeah, and I feel like hip hop has been a divide and conquer type of situation, and as long as you could put the producer versus the artist and the artist versus the DJs, they can keep us from sharing information and coming together, starting our own labels, starting a union. And if we just beefing over the pennies and beefing over who's in front of the camera, nobody's gonna focus on the money,
Right. So that's another thing. So, like I said, you probably got a lot more adult people that would watch on our channel, but they, of course, have kids, nephews, nieces, friends. Let's break down some of the positions that you could have in the music industry that may not necessarily be under the light, but are still super substantial and lucrative.
So,
in terms of, yeah.
So I always tell people, first and foremost, let's talk about hip hop as a culture. So hip hop is more than just the music. People our age, we understand that. We understand hip hop is a culture. We understand that hip hop is, beats, lyrics, DJing, and breakdance. You know what I'm saying? In art. All right, we understand that. So we're able to look at things from a wide scope. These kids nowadays, they have no idea about the 4 pillars of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? It's rap, and then I may be a producer, but I'm a rap first. So I tell people, first off, let's look at the visual aspect of things. Let's talk about the style. Let's talk about Virgil. Let's talk about Kanye. Let's talk about the fashion. Like we're from an era where, fashion was big. Nowadays, the fashion has been infiltrated and ate up by the designers. We were super anti-designer back then. We were FUBU, Aniche, Sean. In NYC, I just found out it's not Aniche, it's NYC.
I found that out too. Blew my head off, cuz.
Exactly. FUBU, Fat Farm, NYC. Carl Kanai. The list goes on and on. Cross Colors. Even Nelly and them with that ugly ass vocal. You know, like you
That
know,
shit
and
was
then you
loud.
could get into G Unit, Rockaware. They had the S. Carter shoes.
Yeah, state property.
Like, I mean, the list goes exactly. The list goes on and on and on. Now all we have is what, a coup.
Right.
I go in DTLR and I think I see a coup. Like, that's it. Like,
That's
T.I. is holding strong with that whack ass shit.
He's
But you
holding
know what?
strong.
I think we're in a position now, like probably between the 70s and the 80s, 70s and the early 90s. I mean, of course, you had your Levi's, your Guess, and Calvin Klein, probably Tommy Hilfiger. Those are your big four back in that time. I think we now back in a time now where you almost can get away with anything if you look fly. You know what I'm saying? If you make it look fly. So I said that to say that.
Because look, people go on Fashion Nova, man. They go on Shein. They do all that, but they still hold tight to them fucking ugly ass Balenciaga sneakers.
Oh, them shit's ugly.
Them Amiri jeans, the Gucci,
Right.
the Louis, like all that. Like, they hold tight to that corny shit. But I tell people that's where you get in at. Come with a quality clothing line. If that's what you want to get into, then you have the visual aspect of it. We also lost touch with the visual aspect. Shooting our own movies. You had Beanie Siegel and them in State Property. You had Master P and the Unbounded franchise, and I Got the Hookup and all that shit. You know, Snoop Dogg and them. You had the people on all them on the West Coast. You have Big Baller Records down there in Florida. They had like we lost touch of everything that made hip hop. Even shooting videos. There are no more fucking Hype Williamses and Benny Boom.
Right.
Yeah,
Lil X. Like, man, we have completely just lost touch with like just the diversity. Even when you talk about high-powered managers, at one point in time, shit, Chris Lighty and them, Steve Stout, like Violator Management, all of them, man, like man, it was amazing, like how we just had it all right here for ourselves. Like, everything was ours and it was right here, and like the industry got in there and just broke it all up and took it all away.
Yeah, I
Is
watched
that was, you think that was because there were certain people that found success being independent? Because if anything, being an independent artist,
not even so much as success being independent, but hip hop was new, hip hop was fresh, hip hop is still the youngest genre of music. So they didn't believe in it. So the fact that they didn't believe in it means that we had to do it ourselves. So we had to do it all ourselves. Like, I listened to Russell Simmons and then just talk about the early years. I listened to Jay Prince talk about the early years and how nobody really wanted to fuck with hip hop too much. They thought it was a trend, it was a fad. And then once they noticed, wait, hold up. Like, this shit is not just a fad, it's here to stay and it's lucrative. Then they started getting in there, trying to get a stronghold on everything, but they didn't understand it. So being that they still didn't understand it, even though they control the outlets, that's when the independence came along. Because it was like, you don't gotta understand us. We understand ourselves and we'll make it happen for ourselves. And then from there, too much money, independent. Too much money.
Well, do you also think that the big corporations were giving the advancements allowed them to take away the culture of rap music? Because then they started putting a bigger price tag on it. Like the advancement part,
by far.
Yeah, you gave me 80 grand when I started my album. You gave me another 120 grand when I finished the album. You made $9.8 million in the last year. You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of the things that people didn't understand, that they didn't pay attention to the contracts, or the contract became a standard. Like, I don't know where everybody is. Everybody says they got fucked at the end of their career. You know what I'm saying? Well, if they would, but that should have told you that that's an industry standard, and you can't be the standard until
Look,
you
and
develop
that's the
another
thing.
standard.
But that's the thing. I even talked to new artists, and they're still getting those same contracts. Industry standard. That's the word that they use. And I'm like, industry standard should not be 14% of 100% of your shit.
In perpetuity,
bro. That's literally
and forever.
That's 80. That's a 83% interest on a loan.
Right.
Like 83. That's 83%, 84% interest on a loan. Man, look, I would be all for it if the label said, I'm gonna give you $1 million, you gotta pay me back 3. Fine. All right, You're giving me $1 million, I gotta pay you back 3. You get all your money, and then after I pay you back the 3, then we bust that bitch in half. Great. All right, you can take everything until I pay back. Because let's just be honest, they're making tons of money. They pay. I know artists who've paid back their advances like 10 times over. But the thing is, how they do it is the record label doesn't take all of the profit and put it toward what you owe. They take that 15% and put it toward you, or you're gonna be paying them back forever.
The interest.
So whereas if somebody says, I'm gonna give you like just the typical standard, you know what I'm saying, agreement that you come up with anybody who you loan money to. I'm gonna give you $1 million. I'm gonna keep everything, and then once we get to $3 million, then we're gonna bust it down the middle. They don't say I'm gonna keep everything. They're like, I'm keeping. You got to pay me back my $3 million based on this 14% that you making.
Right.
So what do you think is? Why do you think Diddy is the face of it when, like, Luke's done it? A lot of rappers have done it to other rappers. A lot of corporations have done it to rappers. Why do you think Diddy is the face of not paying people when there's tons of other people, white and black people, that don't pay?
Because I feel like
Suge get his fair share too.
Yeah. Diddy and Suge are definitely the poster childs. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like the reason why Diddy gets beat up for it the most is because Diddy had the knowledge and Diddy had the power to not fuck people, and he still did it.
And he stayed up front with this shit.
But if that's what you taught, if I throw you, if you were a baby pit and you're raised with a whole bunch of other fighting pits, when you get of that age, you're gonna train the other pits the same way you was trained.
But my thing is,
nothing that Pebbles didn't do to TLC. It's no reason.
I get it, but he wasn't raised with those types of people, though. You know what I'm saying?
He learned. He learned.
When he got into the music industry, he met those types of people.
Yeah. Okay.
But when you talk about like Diddy's pops and all them, like like they definitely got a name. Even though he died early in Diddy's career, but like he grew up around like real hustlers and stand-up people, stand-up businessmen, and just morally, it doesn't even sound right to take 90% of someone's bag and give them 10%.
Yeah, it damn sure don't.
It don't even sound right.
I was just wondering your point of view, because Diddy, like you said, Diddy is the poster child for it. So how do you feel? I come to you. We'll say I'm 16. Me and my brother got a rap group. Because now we really got to divide this money. We got a rap group. We get an advancement of $75,000. We in the club. You just meeting us for the first time. We in the club. We be like, hey, Chuck, play our new joint. You done heard about it. You know there's a little buzz brewing. And we sit back and talk about the contract. What do you tell us after we done took the $75,000 advancement? Do you just say you screw? Pump out as much albums as you can to get through it, or how should we go about it?
I need to know the full terms, because you got some people who get like, let me know your full budget. They may have given you $75,000, but then your budget was only $150. All right, cool.
Right.
You get you can get. I always tell any artist, please, by all means, take that advance and use it towards your album. All right, let's focus on promotion. Let's focus on recording. Let's focus on don't buy nothing fan. You don't need the chain. You don't need the designer shit. You don't need to go and immediately go to, Timberland and Swizz Beats. You don't got to go to Metro Boomin and Sunny Digital. If stick with the same dudes who helped you get the deal. That's what the baby did. He recoups a lot of what he does within a matter of weeks. That's why you don't hear him complain about his money.
Right.
Because he understands. And then, naturally he has Arnold Taylor and King Carter. He has people around him who know the industry. But you don't ever hear this man complain about money because he keeps his budget low. He shoots his own videos. Everything he does is in-house. He buys the cameras. He has his own studio set up. He still rocks with the same producers he was rocking with when he was in the trenches. He didn't immediately go to these people who are going to charge him $50,000, $60,000 a beat. He said, hey, I was paying you $500 a beat in the trenches. Now I'm going to give you $5,000. And they cool with that because they know that $5,000 is going to consistently come. That $5,000, $10,000 is going to consistently come versus dealing with somebody who going to give you 20 here. You may not hear from them for 6-7 months, and then they give you another 20. Then you not hear from them for a year and a half, then they give you another 20. They know we're going to work with the baby. We're going to constantly get money. It's going to be a long-term thing. So he formed his team. He stuck with his team. He keeps his balances low, his expenses low, and he spends his money on what it's supposed to be spent on.
Yeah, I saw T.I. I think T.I., I forgot how much he said he paid for all his stuff to get back. I seen Yo Gotti pay for all his stuff to get back. What is about other rappers of their age that they haven't figured that part out? I don't need to get this Challenger or this Maserati or whatever. I'm the same age as them, and they done bought their shit back. Why haven't I bought my shit back?
That's some personal ignorant shit there.
I feel like a lot of times, all those rappers have had horrible experiences. See, not a lot of rappers have had real horrible experiences. They've had bad experiences, but they haven't had horrible. When you hear most of these rappers who are like buying back they masters and they not selling, they publishing, and they're sort of focusing on their independence first. They've had bad experiences where they see how much money they've lost, or they had all these great opportunities in front of them, and the record label has dropped the ball on them. But then you have a lot of these dudes, who are used to getting spoon-fed by the label, so they fine.
Yeah, I can't see that after you done told me them numbers. I can't see giving up that much. And still, you got a family support. You got to buy a house. You got all these other responsibilities you're trying to do, and you getting pennies on a cent. And then you already know you're not gonna be hot in what? Everybody goes hot for about 2 years, then they die off about 3-4 years, then they come back with a resurgence.
If they're lucky. Yeah,
if they're lucky,
you got a 3 year hot run. Yeah. Like hot, you white hot for 3 years, then you got another 3 years of cooling off. Yep. So everybody, and that's just how we call it in the industry. Most people have a 6 year run.
Right. Yeah, because you got 3 years when you put out those 5 to 6 albums that go crazy. Then you got the 3 years of creation, radio play, and then your tour might last you the other 3 to get into that 6 or 7 year mark. Like when Drake came out, Drake was it literally for about 8 years strong before he even took his first break, before it even looked like he took a break.
Did he freeze? Oh,
and the thing with Drake is Drake has transcended hip hop, and not just that, but we notice Drake looks at everybody else around and he attaches himself to the young hot niggas. He's always attached himself to the young hot niggas, whether it be Migos, whether it be 21 Savage, like even now Jack Harlow now. Like Like he has always attached himself. He used to hop on remixes, whatever it took.
So what's your take on inner circles? As we see what's happening, all these rappers going to jail and shit. What's your take on inner circles if you're an up and coming rapper or singer?
I heard Russell Simmons say a long time ago that he was telling DMX, you can't go back to the hood no more. If you want to keep it real with your homies, bring them out the hood with you. And that's when DMX went and bought that big ass ranch in Arizona. Remember, he had that big ass ranch, and he just had all of his niggas living with him at the ranch. He had to get him out the hood. You know, he couldn't abandon them. He couldn't leave them because he needed them. You know, but you can't go back. You got to bring them with you. I feel like too many artists are at this point, because of social media, are just so strung out on trying to be authentic, trying to keep it real, keep it 100. And we see what ends up happening every time. It's either death or in jail. If they don't die, one of their homies gets killed. Being in the hood. Nope. Take all your niggas with you.
So is it so? Because if you take them out the hood, there's going to be the ones that felt like, why didn't he take me? So the hood is always going to feel some type of way. But all the music come from the hood. You're talking about the hood. You're putting the hood on recognition. So what is it about? It's obviously the crabs in the barrel. But what is it? What is it that the hood don't understand about these artists?
Everybody don't deserve to go.
Shit. To me, the hood doesn't understand that there ain't enough money for everybody. I can't take everybody with me. Okay. They don't understand the breakdown of the contracts. They don't understand taxes. They don't understand paying staff and paying employees. They don't understand how much a lot of stuff actually costs, and they don't understand how much you actually make. So I feel like if people from the hood really understood that, hey, yeah, I may have signed a $5 million deal, but that's spread out over 5 albums. That's $1 million per album. And then on top of that, they're taxing me on this 5. So the 5 is really like 3.5 after I get the taxes.
And they're giving it to me every 3 months.
Yeah, and then I have to pay to get the albums done. Like, I got to pay. So once we sit here and we blab on studio time and promo and marketing and paying for beats and studio runs and paying for radio, that 3.5 has really dwindled down to about 1 million.
All right.
Maybe 1.2 million. But then I'm gonna buy a house, and a good house is gonna cost me $500,000. And then if I want to buy a house for my mama, that's probably gonna be another $350,000. And then I gotta get jewels for all y'all. Everybody gotta have the chains on. That's gonna be another $200,000. And then at that point, I'm left with $300,000.
Well, you gotta
left out the lawyer fees.
Yeah, I mean that too.
And the scripper fees. You gotta left out the scripper fees too.
Exactly. You know, because we gotta have a little bit of fun.
Yeah.
Right. The car. I forgot about the car. The car.
Child support.
The car's $60,000 right there. I want a Hellcat. I want a Hellcat, and I want a Trackhawk. That right there, those are $80,000, $90,000 cars right there.
Yeah,
that's 180, and I only had 300,000 left.
Yeah, you got child support. You're not staying at the Holiday Inn no more. You're staying at whatever
West
it is.
End. I'm at the West End. You know what I'm saying? I'm at the JW Marriott.
Yeah, All-Star
I'm 5 stars now.
So check this out. We're gonna go in the time capsule. Give us 5 of your favorite beats of all time.
Favorite beats of all time.
Yeah, your 5 favorite beats of all time. It ain't gotta be all time. Just 5 off the top of your head that's just in your head right now.
Man, Master P Ghetto Dope.
Ooh.
Tupac Ambitions of a Rider. Biggie Hypnotized. 50 Cent What Up Gangsta. And NBA YoungBoy Nevada.
Okay.
I know that last one fuck y'all up.
Yeah, it did. It did.
Yeah,
Nevada by
all of my
NBA
shit should be
YoungBoy.
old. B.O.B. Bombs Over Baghdad. I was just thinking about the shit. Patiently Waiting. That's what I thought you was gonna say from 50. The beat from Patiently Waiting. Quiet Storm, Mobb Deep. G Thing, Dre. Whoever did the beat for Exhibit for Paparazzi.
Okay. Cause I was listening to him today talking. Loonies, I got 5 on it.
That's a classic.
I go Clips Grinding.
That's a classic.
See Murder, fuck them other niggas. Once again, y'all know I fuck with PTZ. Pastor Troy for We Ready. I was listening to it the other day. The Jay-Z and Maya joint.
Best of Me?
Best of Me.
Yeah, Best
I
of Me.
listened to it the other day. And the last one, I'll say I'm Serious. You know, I always go back to I'm Serious. That I'm Serious beat.
Yeah.
T.I.?
Yeah, that T.I., that I'm Serious beat.
Who still has that album? Probably had the best intro and outro in a long time between albums. But
no, you're right.
We getting ready to wrap this thing up, man. We appreciate your time for you coming out and dropping the jewels that you seem to always drop, and that's because you're a legitimate businessman, and we appreciate you for that, putting it out front to let people know that they can achieve some of the things that you have, and sometimes even more depending on what they want to do. But
man,
I just want to give a minute. Absolutely. I just want to give a minute to, again, shed some light on this foolishness that we got going on in the world. The shit that happened in Buffalo was bullshit. It's no excuse for it. We spend a lot of time asking for forgiveness and asking God to do. You know what I'm saying? Let's do ourselves some personal justice and personal respect and be alert in our surroundings and being able to identify these people and act accordingly if or when things happen. And I know that's easier said than done. And I don't advocate for violence, but I will always advocate for you protecting yourself.
Always. Look, I'm right there with you. I'm definitely right there with you because at the end of the day, man, and I made a post about this the day after it happened. You know, everybody talks about all this legislation and laws that need to be passed. Man, all that stuff happens after the fact. What are we going to do about keeping people from actually being able to carry out these crimes? Man, look, once my mama dead, like, that nigga getting the death penalty is not going to bring her back.
It's not.
Right.
Once my auntie is dead, that's not going to bring her back. Once my brother and sister are dead, like, I got to go my entire life without them. Like, no, I mean, I would rather him get 5 years for planning the attack than him getting the death penalty for him carrying it out.
And the death penalty is decades later.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I remember when I first bought my AK-47 and I posted it online. People were like, oh my God, why do you need an assault rifle? Like, oh my God, why? Like, tell me why would you even need a gun like that? Like, it was everybody that was coming at me left and right. Like, why would you? I'm like, because everybody else got one.
Right.
The only reason I bought it is because I used to go to the shooting range. I had my little 9mm, and I'm sitting here shooting off my 9, and all the white boys next to me got them big ass fucking AK-15s. Yeah, niggas got AK-47s. They got the shit they got 30-30s with the scope, can hit you goddamn 300-400 yards away. And I'm sitting here like, what the fuck am I gonna do with this? Like, what am I gonna do? What is this actually gonna do? And then I remember a police officer when I was at the range was shooting next to me, and he was saying the reason why police don't use anything less than a 40 nowadays, they don't use 9s and 380s and 357s, is because you can hit somebody with those 7, 8 times and they still will keep coming.
Yeah,
right.
He was like, if they amped up on anything, if they amped up on any type of drugs, if their adrenaline is pumping, like we've seen it happen. Them police will shoot a nigga 5 times and he's still coming out. Right. That's why they gotta shoot him so many times, even with the 40s. They be like, stop, drop the weapon, the motherfucker still be done goddamn came at him and put him in a headlock and they gotta 3 more times. Right. That's why they empty the clip. So after that, I went and I got me a 12 gauge and I went and got me an AK-47 because at the end of the day, I need to be able to lay a motherfucker down if I got to.
If you got to. And that's what it is. I mean, it's sad that it feels like, it's not even sad. It's like we always be shamed or judged into these conversations. But for the sake of all that shit, like kiss my ass. At this point, I'm protecting myself. Don't ask me what kind of guns I got. Don't ask me what kind of rounds I got. Leave my door alone. You won't have to find out.
Especially if I'm legal.
You're right.
If I'm legal, if I did all the steps to be legal, then it shouldn't be a problem of what I got or how many I got, because I'm not the problem. It's that young person of a lighter complexion that feels some type of way on this day.
No melanin. No melanin.
That planned on going to this grocery store and actually run up on somebody of the same complexion and say, I'm sorry, my bad. And what point did somebody else?
And this is the thing. And then you always find out that they had a run-in with law enforcement about the shit.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? How come, and T.I. asked this, I don't know if somebody brought it to him, but it was always, it stunned me that I didn't have an answer. How come the RICO law has never affected the KKK or any of these white supremacist groups? How is that possible?
I mean, we know why.
We absolutely.
Why would they want to prosecute themselves?
Right.
Who wants to make a law to prosecute themselves?
Yeah.
You got to think.
Shit is crazy.
But underneath those hoods, we know who's there. The lawmakers.
Right. But what's not helping is some of us of the same complexion doesn't fight. They're at power and don't fight for us. Like the president of Delaware State, when he was like, or the mayor or whatever, when the bus got pulled over.
Got you.
Yeah.
And he said the cops didn't go through none of their stuff or question them or anything, and they got it on tape that they did. Like who gave you this bad information? And you a black man. So you just lied to the community.
He was there. He was on site.
That's what I'm saying.
He knew they searched that shit.
Like, how are you to the community? How are
scared?
You yeah, but you're
scared. They be scared. Look, fraternal order of police is very strong.
Right. But we'll put you in this position because it's good for politics. But understand, you answer to somebody. You feel me?
Yeah. You gotta fight. You gotta fight for us.
Shit just crazy, man.
It'd be hard. It'd be super hard for them.
And then these people are arrested in good health.
Every time. Every time.
Arrested in good health. You ain't bleeding. Ain't nobody give you a busted lip. Ain't nobody even touch you of a physical
You don't know if I got a gun yet. I got 47 rounds in my body. You don't even know if I got a gun yet.
Look, at the end of the day, we can't depend on them no more. It's not even a conversation. I mean, we have to arm ourselves. We have to patrol our neighborhoods. And we have to make sure that these people do not make it to the police in one piece. Right. It is up to us. We can't ask them no more.
Well, Chuck T, let me ask you this real quick. Why don't you think rappers and entertainers are standing up for that part? Like somebody said, nobody.
I feel like most of them are convicted felons or on probation.
You can still speak though. You can still
not
speak
if they
in the
gonna
manner
shut you down. Not if by you speaking, you create a whole fucking media firestorm of these right-wing motherfuckers telling us, well, you didn't do the right thing with the guns anyway. You know what I'm saying? You just a criminal.
Yeah, because
So
you got to
avoid that.
they purposely pick certain black people to give record deals to. They pick the impoverished. They pick the ones who aren't articulate. They pick the ones who, already have criminal records and are on probation and all that. That's why you don't see too many Chance the Rappers and Childish Gambinos. You don't see too many.
Real creative. The creatives that are in hip hop.
You don't see the ones whose moms are teachers and dads dibble and dabble in politics a little bit, and maybe a dad is a lawyer. We got black people who are very professional and have kids that are articulate.
Yeah. Killer Mike.
Absolutely.
Killer Mike is one.
Killer Mike. Yeah, you don't see a lot of them. You do not see a lot of them. You can't give them too much platforms because those are the niggas who gonna tell people don't do this, do it the right way so that you can own a gun.
You sound like Charles White just now. Them the niggas.
Yeah, them the niggas. Yeah.
Them the niggas.
But look, it's been a pleasure.
They do not want those niggas telling people to not get a felony so that you can legally own a gun.
Yeah.
Right.
They want the ones who gonna be like, yeah, don't get a felony so you can get a good job.
Right. Exactly.
One's not reading the contract.
Exactly.
Man, look, it's been another outstanding episode, man. Again, I can't say how enough I appreciate you sharing your time and your knowledge with us, man. That's the most valuable thing that we could do for each other is share some of this knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Again, killing that rhetoric that black folks can't work together, that it's always a pissing contest, that we can't trust each other. All the things that they don't want us to do is because the amount of power that we will achieve if we do those things, man. So, again, I appreciate you. I can't say that enough. Anytime that you want to come on, brother, you got something that I can help you with, I'm definitely down for that. And what you got, Carolina?
I want to thank Chuck T for running this back with us. It was a pleasure the first time. This one was even deeper than the first one for some reason.
Nah, it was.
I don't know why. But what I really want people to do is go to Chuck T's page. He got like 3 of them. And just follow him and just watch. Like, you ain't even got to comment on his shit. If you just watch his shit and just read whatever he posts, go about your day. Because he going to post about 10, 12 times. And then every time he posts, and you will learn something. He does a lot of teaching and preaching. And if you watch, you can elevate yourself by just watching what he do and what he posts. And I appreciate it. A lot of times I don't say no. I just look at what you posted and I take it all in. So I appreciate you putting that education out there because I ain't a big reader. So they one of the people I'm gonna get caught up. They're gonna try to catch me up because I don't be reading all that. I be reading your stuff and looking at your pictures.
Look, that's all that matters. I try to keep it short, sweet, to the point.
I appreciate you coming on here though. Bye,
man, definitely. Whatever y'all need me for, let's get it.
Absolutely, man. Look, this is another rendition of the Bottom of the Bottle show. This was the Humpday Happy Hour Tap In. Y'all know what to do, man. Like this shit, share this shit, subscribe that shit. It was some jewels here, man. Let your people know about it, man, and we'll figure out how to bring you more of this good content with these great people. Hey, it's been my pleasure. It's the Bottom of the Bottle. We gone.